What Arsenal fans fear most about this Man City situation. Arsenal and their fans receive more hate than most clubs in England. They are bigger than most teams in the country, and obviously, being as good as they are now would warrant a few more haters to jump on the bandwagon. That is what has happened in the last few years, and even before that, for some reason or the other. And now, everyone is at a point where they either love Arsenal for being so close to breaking the deadlock of Premier League titles, or they hate them for the same reason. Both sides have multiplied in quantity in the last couple of years, and people are getting to a point when nothing is surprising anymore. With regards to the levels, people will go to show their disdain on the club. If anything, the whole Manchester City situation would make it much worse, if it actually happens. What Arsenal fans fear most about this Man City situation. City are reportedly going to get a 60-point deduction before the end of the season, according to journalist Cesar Augusto Lundu, due to FFP violations, something that has been in the conversation for a while now. If that were to happen, City would plummet down to the relegation zone and obviously will not be able to challenge for the league title anymore. If, and that is a big if, that happens, will be numerous conversations about the way Arsenal won the league. They had spent more than 20 years trying to win the league title, and the season they win it in sees a 60-point deduction to their closest competitors. That alone would create narratives that should never exist. There is a long way to go before any of this is confirmed or announced, but as of now, and as of the last 30 games, Manchester City have been in the title race. They have competed for the title for a very long time. Arsenal have been playing good football either way. They have kept Manchester City at bay regardless of what their situation is or isn't. However, if this 60-point deduction happens, it will give so many pundits and rival fans ammo for the rest of time. Coincidence is not causation. Even if City get the deduction, they still are 9 points behind Arsenal just a month before the season ends. That is a big gap. Arsenal are very close to winning the league, and while it has not happened yet, people cannot disregard what they would have achieved because of something that is not in their control. Arsenal have not had it the absolute easiest this season. Injuries, difficulties in attack, and a lot of other criticism have come Arsenal's way, and almost every single time, the Gunners have been able to get past them. They have shown how good they are on numerous occasions in the Champions League, and have held their nerve in tough games in the Premier League to show that they belong in the title race more than any other team in England. It is also obvious that people talk about the corners and the fact that they lost to Manchester City in the Carabao Cup final. But it is also worth noting that the Premier League title is not just about one-off games. It is about continuity, relentlessness and maximising the resources that each team has, and that is what makes winning the league such a difficult job. However, all of that will be left out of context if Arsenal are able to win the title, while Manchester City face a reported 60-point deduction. Arsenal's Premier League title would not come with an asterisk. Reports about City serving a 60-point deduction before the end of the season came to light during the week. It was clear the moment that bit of news came out that it was going to have repercussions and potential asterisks on Arsenal's title charge if the two things actually happened. People will gladly say in this potential case that Arsenal only won the league because City got the points reduction, and that their first Premier League title after 20 years would have an asterisk over it. Let's be clear about one thing, though. Arsenal, if they get to the finish line at the top of the table, would be champions without any asterisks or repercussions. People can be as mad about it as they want, and they can look for as many reasons to discount it as they want, but that's just it. It would not change anything. It would also not put any asterisks on the potential title. Arsenal are 9 points clear of Manchester City right now, at this moment, when the City situation is just a rumour. Even if City do get the deduction, it really would not change a thing. Arsenal have done well to face City's pressure in the title race, regardless of what happens to their points total at the end of the season. Arsenal, if they win, would be deserved champions. They have been the best and most consistent team in the entire division, and no point deduction can change that. Arsenal have successfully avoided any yellow card suspensions for the remainder of the Premier League season, but one Manchester City player remains at risk. With 31 games played, it's no longer possible for any Arsenal player to hit the 10-game threshold required for a 2-game suspension before the threshold increases, which will be after the Bournemouth game. The closest players in the Arsenal squad are Jurriën Timber and Riccardo Calafiori, both of whom only have 5 yellow cards. That also means neither of them have enough games remaining to hit 15 yellows before the end of the season and earn a 3-match ban. Of course, Arsenal players could still earn bans through red cards, including through 2 yellows in the same match. But individual yellows that don't result in a red can no longer affect the Gunners in the Premier League this season.